We're gonna go into a vertical jump based workout and we're gonna start right now. What's up everybody, it's Dane Miller from GarageStrength.com. If this is your first time to the channel and you wanna be an explosive freak, make sure that you like, you subscribe, and you smash that notification bell so we can help you become a beast. So when we're training for a vertical jump, we want to increase our power production. We want to increase our rate of coordination. Okay, so we have to think about training to be rigid, to be explosive, and to be explosive bilaterally and unilaterally. And I think once we get into that workout, we've got to analyze, okay, how can we get the nervous system rolling? How can we get our muscles to sort of wake up? And that's where that first key exercise is going to come into play. And we're going to use our power elastics. So you can pick one up, powerelastics.com, click on the link down below. But this is an exercise. I'm using the HAF band. You can also use our strength band here. Either one, this is perfectly fine. But what I like to do is a little bit of a quarter squat that's slower, and then I'm gonna drive up quickly. And I might do 5 sets of 4 to 5 reps, just like this right here, okay? So I'm here and I'm going 1, 2, boom, boom. And I even like to think about it as a flat-footed jump. So if you notice, I'm not actually plantar flexing, I'm boom, 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 boom. You gotta make those noises too, but it's a nice, easy way to get tension in your trunk, to feel your quads, feel your posterior chain coordinate together. You do that, you start to feel really, really good. And now we can get into the rest of that workout. Okay, second pairing now. Okay, we started off with those easy, slow eccentric banded squats, almost like a rhythm squat, poor man's Javork squat, maybe something along those lines. Now, one of my favorite exercises to utilize with the power elastics is a movement that I stole directly from Tom Walsh. I've mentioned Tom in previous YouTube videos. I stole this from him at the 2019 World Championships in Doha. And I saw him doing this for a warm up before he threw, okay? So he had a band wrapped around his feet and he warmed up bilaterally. So what I like to do when we're training vertical jump, doing bilateral work and unilateral work. If you jump off of 1 foot, bilateral work will still help you. If you jump off 2 feet, unilateral work will still help you. So what I want to do is a banded jump here, about 3 reps, nice and easy, but good rigid reaction, okay? Nice counter movement. I'm going to rest about 30 seconds and I'm going to get into the next exercise, which is a little bit more complicated of a unilateral movement. So I'm here, boom, boom, boom. Okay? 3, good reaction. Want to get good height. I also like doing these jumps because you're not using your arms, so you feel really explosive when you start to use your arms. Now, this movement is hard, especially to the leg that you don't jump off of. You still need to train that. Holm hurdle hop, Stephen Holm, one of the best high jumpers of all time, and he had the highest height to high jump ratio. So he's about 5'10", he could jump 7'10", 7'11", something like that. Olympic champ 2004. This is where we go here. Do my left side, my right side sucks. So I want to come back, train off my right side. I'm so uncoordinated to this side. Here, you have to make those noises. Now, go through this about 5 times through, jumps, rest 30 seconds, home hurdle hops twice through each leg, rest about 2 to 3 minutes, and repeat that, and that's gonna be the second aspect behind improving your vertical. Okay, so the next 2 exercises, remember, bilateral and unilateral. We wanna be explosive from every single position. We want to light our nervous system up. We wanna train our nervous system how to recruit as effectively as possible, and we want to train joint integrity and joint stiffness so that we can react very, very quickly. Now, we're going to get into a high position Gwiz jump, okay? So this is unilateral. Shout out to Nick Gwizdowski. This is the movement that is named after Nick. He just made his 4th world team. He's a 2-time world bronze medalist, and he just made his 4th senior world team representing the US in freestyle wrestling. Now that has nothing to do with vertical jump. So we're gonna go into this position, and I like to use about 6 to 8 inches of elevation here with the pad. This was a Christmas gift that I got in 10th grade, my Krayberg bumper plates. So if you have a pair of Kraybergs that are 25 kilos, you can use them. So here, I'll go here. I want knee flexion on my back foot. So I want this foot up This is not a jump where we put our back foot down, contrary to some of our models that we've had in the past that have demonstrated squish jumps. So here, foot up, foot up, foot up, foot up here, and I can get a little bit of a rock, and if you see, I'm just above 90, okay? This is perfect for unilateral work. Boom, boom, boom. I'm a little heavy on my feet. So if I go through this, I'm gonna do my left side, I'm gonna do my right side. Okay, I wanna rest about 30 seconds. That's gonna take us into an easier bilateral jump. And if we think about basketball players and how they're athletic and they can jump like crazy, they like to rotate on their jumps, on their dunks. What I like to do is if I'm facing here, okay, I wanna land facing here, then I'm gonna jump off and I'm gonna do the same thing. So it's about a 90-degree turn. And as you get better at this, you can raise the box height, you can change your jumps. You can jump here, rotate 180. So I'm here, land, okay? See what I'm doing? I'm going here, boom. So now what I'm doing is I'm landing and I'm jumping and I'm training my body how to bilaterally jump and rotate at the same time. So if I'm a basketball player and I'm backing into the rim, I can plant both feet, turn, and slam it down just like Shaq back in the 90s when he would break the glass. So use the unilateral work, use this bilateral work. We got one more big one that's gonna help everybody improve their vertical jump. All right, so the last big movement. Now, when we're training vertical jump work, we've got to realize that we need to give our nervous system time and our body time to recover between sets, so about 2 to 3 minutes, and between exercises and exercise pairings. This is a higher intensity movement. They're rapid muscular actions, so you've got to make sure that you're recovering effectively so that your jumps are technically sound. I know not all of mine are technically sound, but the goal here is to use these movements and to execute them well. Now, the last thing that I like to utilize when we're working on vertical jump-based training is to do a very hard movement that's going to be very explosive, and you want to ground and absorb as much force as possible. So this is going to be a depth drop into a hurdle hop. And all we're going to do, I'm going to step here, okay? Step over. And one of those key factors, which I did not do right there, is the first drop. Okay, here, I want this to mimic where you would be when you're doing a counter movement if you were doing a vertical jump. The second part, this is the part that I didn't do, is, so watch, when I ground off that depth drop, okay, and this is about 16 inches, so this, you don't need to go much higher than this. 12 to 18 inches is plenty. It's plenty, okay? Here, and now I want to stop almost in the exact same position as my counter movement. So if I can stop and control that, that's gonna also help improve that turnaround phase, the amortization phase when we're getting the vertical jump. So again, drop, boom, okay? And what I like to do, 4 or 5 sets, 2 to 3 reps, you just come here, land, 1, 2, come back. Each set, what you can do, if you want to get fancy, you can slowly raise this up. And after a couple weeks, you know, you do this workout once a week, you're going to raise this up. And as you raise it up, by the 3rd or 4th week, that's going to be really high. And the whole goal is to raise the level of our hips. Yes, we're going to have knee flexion and hip flexion, but we want our hip height to keep growing off of that counter movement. So we want to learn how to absorb in the counter movement here. We want to learn how to decelerate in the counter movement here. And that's gonna transfer really, really well bilaterally. It's gonna transfer really, really well unilaterally. So utilize this entire workout about once a week. Make sure that you're gauging your rests accordingly so that the quality of those reps are optimal. And if you need help, we've got a whole vertical jump manifesto. This is a program that we put together. We've gotten guys to jump 44 inches. We have some of the most explosive athletes in the world that have had tremendous success just from this vertical jump manifesto. You can click on the link down below, head over to garagestrength.com. And if you want more content around improving your vertical jump, click on this card right here. Until next time, guys, peace.